Today we are going to look at a play and what are the elements of a play. Now there are certain things which we need to keep in our mind, that what is a play or a drama. We will look at its introduction, what are the elements of a play and what are the different kinds of plays which are included in your course. A drama is basically a story which is enacted on stage for a live audience, and it is a literary composition involving conflict, action, crisis and atmosphere, and all these things, they are designed to be acted by the players on the stage before an audience. Now let us look at the background of this particular genre, drama. This word drama, it comes from the Greek verb dran, which means to do. The earliest known plays were written around 5th century BC and they were produced for festivals and fairs. Now, play also has a dramatic structure just like a story. It has a plot, and this plot of a play, it involves characters who are facing a problem or a dilemma or a conflict. Now there are certain elements of a play. First is the exposition. Exposition comes in the beginning of the play, in which we are introduced to the characters and the conflict. Then there are complications and tensions and they start building up. Then there is the highest point of tension, that is the climax. Over here, the character and the action, it determines how this conflict or problem will be solved. Then we move over to the resolution, that how the conflict or the problem is solved, and the play ends. Now conflict, the first thing, it is a struggle or a clash between opposing characters or forces. A conflict may develop between characters who want different things, or perhaps they want the same thing, between a character and his or her circumstances, within a character who is torn by competing desires. And there are different kinds of plays. First is the tragedy, then we have comedy, sentimental comedy, melodrama and satire. Now tragedy, it is a kind of play that ends unhappily. Most Greek tragedies, they deal with serious universal themes such as right and wrong, justice and injustice, life and death. Comedy, it is a play of any sort which is performed just to entertain people, and it causes laughter and the emotions associated with laughter. For ancient Greeks and Romans, a comedy was a stage play which always had a happy ending. Then we have sentimental comedy. Comedy that is addressing itself to the spectator's love of goodness rather than to his sense of humor, and emphasizes the moral aspect of its situation and the virtues of its characters. Then we have the melodrama. A melodrama is the dramatic work that exaggerates plot and the characters in order to appeal to the emotions of the watchers. Then we have satire. Satire, it is a kind of a comedy, but it can sometimes be found in very serious dramas. It is making fun or it is ridiculing an individual, or it is targeting a group of people or an institution. Its aim is to mock the weaknesses of the others. Then the characters, they have to have dialogues. A character's speech may take any of these forms. The first one is a dialogue, that is basically the exchange between two characters. Then we have the monologue, soliloquy and asides. Dialogue is a conversation of characters on stage. Monologue is a long speech given by one character to others. Soliloquy, it is a speech by a character alone on stage to himself or herself or directed to the audience. Then we have asides. Asides are remarks made to the audience or to one character, the other characters on stage do not hear an aside.